sorry, that flight's been cancelled.
Wait to see Santa is 2 hours.
Take a break from holiday stress with Prime Video. Unwrap your next watch, from classics to new releases. Prime Video. It's giving holiday harmony.
Ever eat something so good you want to slap your past self for not finding it sooner?
I've wasted years.
Yep, you've just discovered teriyaki madness. Our bowls are cooked hot, fresh, and right when you order, not scooped from some sad pan of mystery meat. Stacked with protein, fresh veggies, and so crazy delicious you'll blurt out things you can't say in front of Grandma.
Holy this is amazing.
Why didn't you know about teriyaki madness sooner? We don't know either, but you're welcome. Teriyaki madness, crazy delicious. Find your nearest bowl at teriyakimadness.com.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward. Yeah, so we're in Freddie's bedroom.
Why?
I don't know. Things have got bad.
They haven't they? We had this meeting. So John is Vicky's husband and also kind of the sober awkward accountant, because Vic and I are not good with numbers. John sat us down and he had this grid of all the expenses and the income of the podcast, and basically the outgoings were more than the ingoings.
I think it's because we were spending our money on posh studios where we had free water and free Tampax.
That's the only thing we spent money on was the studio.
Well, we felt quite important when we went into those places, but now we're back to where me and Lucy were at the beginning of Sober Awkward, in a bedroom with mattresses up against the wall.
Yeah.
I quite like it though. I'm all right. Are you?
I'm okay with it, yeah.
Old school.
Vic has actually tried to make it feel like the fancy studio that we used to use. So as she mentioned, the thing we liked the most about it was fizzy water on tap and free tampons in the women's loos. So Vic has got on a little stool in front of us plenty of tampons, more than I would ever use, a lifetime's worth of tampons for me, really, and a bottle of fizzy water.
Yeah. So we're back. We're actually feeling quite smug. It's a shame no one can see us. We will put a video on our Patreon and our Cuppa community to see the sort of state of depravity that we've got ourselves into, Hamish. Oh, dear. But I'm back from holiday, Hamish.
I feel like this is it. It's like our first recording day since... 2 months?
Yeah, at least 2 months. Yeah, crazy, hey?
Yeah, you had a good time.
I had a great time. I went to Thailand, had a very chill time, had a month off my phone, didn't even pick it up once, which was amazing. And the kids just absolutely loved Thailand. There was one really funny story that stands out, which I'm going to tell you quickly.
Yes.
Poor George, he's just turned 11. It was his birthday while we were away. And he came up to me one day while we were in Bangkok and said, Mum, I don't understand it. Are the Thais really good at table tennis? Okay. I was like, why is that? Why is there signs for ping pong shows everywhere?
Oh my God.
So I then had to explain to my 11-year-old son why there were signs for ping pong shows everywhere we went.
Can you please, to me, in the same words, say what you said to George?
Well, I said it's a show. It's a type of entertainment in Thailand where the ladies produce ping pong balls from their nether regions, I think is what I said. And then he was kind of going, what? And then I said, don't expect me to explain why or how. Like that is something you'll find out when you're or
when you're 12.
Not. Yeah, or not. Yeah, when you're 12. because that is not something I know how or why. That is not a reason that I can give him.
I wish you'd gone, listen, George, it's your birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll take
Dad's
you to a show.
going to take you to a show.
Yeah. So poor George, it was such an innocent question. I should have just said, they're just really good at table tennis, but he put me on the spot. Yeah, bless him. But I did loads of stuff. I did zip lining and diving and Thai boxing, and the kids tried loads of new foods, and it was a big learning experience for all of us, which was actually brilliant. And it makes you realise, like, the work, the life's for living and getting out there and being in a new culture with all these different foods and stuff going on around us. It was just amazing.
Can you quickly, I don't know if you want to tell this on another episode, but your greatest sport is Frisbee, and it has finally paid off.
Oh, of course. Frisbee always pays off.
Okay, well, it's paid off.
I will tell you that story as well.
Brushing shoulder to shoulder with the big guns.
Well, the only story that I've told on here before about me brushing shoulders with the rich and famous was me locking a member of Van Halen in a loft.
and maybe snogging Ed Sheeran 10 years before he was born.
10 years before he was born. Yeah, we worked that one out. Yeah, so I was basically walked up this beach in the middle of nowhere. I didn't know where I was going. Me and the kids were like, oh God, where are the shops? Blah, blah, blah. Walked up to a bungalow, said to a bloke, excuse me, do you know where the rock climbing shop is? Because the kids wanted to do rock climbing. He said, yep, come with me, I'm going there now. Just follow me, he said. We walked behind him. So I was like, oh yeah, where are you guys from? He was with his girlfriend. He said, oh, we're from LA. My girlfriend's from London. I was like, oh, what do you do there? He said, I'm in a band. I was like, oh, cool, would I have heard of them? What band is it? He's like, yeah, I'm in the Foo Fighters.
And you said that? Never heard of them?
Yeah, never heard of them. I was kind of like, oh, right, you're in the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he said I'm the keyboard player. So hello, Rami, we're mates now and we played Frisbee. He happened to love Frisbee, which he mentioned very early on in the conversation. And I was just like, I'm fucking brilliant at Frisbee. He was like, what? And then we went and played Frisbee all afternoon with him on the beach, and he was lovely.
Did he mention that he liked Frisbee before he mentioned he was in the Foo Fighters?
No, it was second. It was second. It was, yeah.
I like him a little bit less.
Yeah. Foo Fighters was definitely first. I think George had something, thought he was like the owner of Weight Watchers, because he kept calling them the Food Fighters. Does he own the Food Fighters? But so now my kids are on a strict diet of Foo Fighters, so they can learn a little bit more about them.
George was on fire this holiday. We need to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, he's got some good stories. Oh dear. So what I'm saying about my holiday, guys, is that actually I stepped out of my comfort zone a lot. I sort of pushed through my internal boundaries, and I did quite a few things that I never ever would have done if I was a drinker.
I have figured out actually what my comfort zone. I didn't know that this thing was me being out of my comfort zone, but it's the second time that it's come up, because we were in WA for Christmas.
Yeah.
Renting cars.
Oh, yeah, you talked about renting cars. You had a trauma with that before.
Florence was a trauma. This time, so we were visiting great friends of Liz who've got 3 kids.
Yeah.
They went deep. So they have never camped. They had to rent a truck that was big enough to pull the 6-metre caravan behind it. Okay,
sounds like it's giving me anxiety just you saying that.
Day one, they went over a stick that wedged up in between the truck and the caravan. It went through the front bumper, through the front light, and smashed it. And it was fishtailing on the motorways, right?
Oh,
so
God.
they had a shocker. Both of us were on the same road that was 350 kilometres before you hit a petrol station.
Right.
I had Liz with Sunny in the back of the car crying. I couldn't tell her that we were running low on petrol. She was crying because the beginning of the holiday had been stressful. And I was inwardly praying that something comes up. But every sign that I drove past was, like, I'd see a sign, amazing, it's going to be 15 kilometres to the next town. Instead, it was 1,300 deaths on this road this year. Or it'd be like, welcome to the national park. I was hyperventilating. Anyway, we didn't break down on that road.
Okay, thank God.
But on the last day that I had, we rented like a caravan, so one that you drive rather than one that you drag. And on the last day, on the way to returning it, and I went into a car park that was 4-metre clearance at one end, but only 2 at the other. And I tried to come out of the exit of this, right? I got stuck. I came out, but scraped the whole roof of the car.
Oh, you're joking.
And then I couldn't go forwards or backwards. If I went forwards, I hit the sort of
Dangly thing,
I
yeah.
hit that.
The
If I went
warning
back,
thing.
I hit the concrete of the roof. So I was, oh my God, what's the cost of this going to be? He said, the security guard comes running out. He goes, go backwards. I go backwards. I smash the concrete. And then I'm going, what do we do? I've got a photo to show. Can't go forwards or back. Anyway, eventually this woman was watching and she called her husband, who turned up and goes, this happened to me last week. Let all the tyres out. This is such a good tip for anyone listening.
Good.
All the tyres out of all the air.
Yeah.
And then he stood on the back of my car to sort of tilt it up. And somebody else held the dangly bit up, the dangly chain bit at the front up, so we could sneak underneath it.
I was going to say, I'd get loads of people to go and sit in the back seat. Is probably a good thing as well.
Yeah.
Oh, those things like car hire, even rental properties, they're stressful. Just ruining someone else's stuff that you've got to pay for is stressful.
Well, this hire car had done 500,000 kilometres, on 600,000 kilometres.
Jesus.
So actually I had plenty of, we didn't get charged anything. Plenty of scrapes, yeah.
Okay, that's all right then.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that is my out of comfort zone thing.
Yeah.
Renting cars is my biggest nightmare.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're talking about today, isn't it, Hamish?
Yes. So today we want to find out what a comfort zone is, why it feels snug to stay in it, and how to push out of its confines and really live your life to the fullest.
While I was away, I made a pact with myself to do new things that make me scared. It didn't always work out, honestly, but I did feel proud of myself for trying. The saying you only live once was reverberating around my mind as I flung myself off cliffs, nibbled on scorpions, and narrowly avoided getting pricks in my bottom.
From sea urchins or Thai men?
Sea urchins.
Oh.
Actually, I'll leave that for you to decide. It makes it sound more exciting, doesn't it? Yeah, I was popping off at night when John fell asleep.
Yeah. I think the challenges on Sober Awkward that I did in the last series helped me understand that I can really do anything sober, and doing it without that crutch of alcohol makes all the new experiences more satisfying. It's something that I'm feeling too, Vic, in my sobriety, this feeling of wanting to truly live, to gain more knowledge and experience all that this world has to offer.
Even if it's getting stuck in a car park.
Getting stuck in a car park, getting pricked in the bum by Thai men.
Yeah. Anything
potato,
goes.
potato.
Yeah. Got to try everything once.
So today we're going to share some things that we've been afraid of in the past, find out how we faced our fears and how we both try to eke ourselves outside of the comfortable margins that once ruled our lives.
Yeah, we want to discover why stepping out of the comfort zone is an essential part of sober life. We hope that by the end of today's episode, you will decide to try something new. Replace the booze with an activity or task that is something you have never done before. We want you to face your fears and understand by how doing so, your sober life will be much more rewarding than your drunky wonky one.
Drunky wonky bum.
Drunky wonky bum. We are going to begin with a quote, Hamish. I know we never do this. I'm breaking the Sober Awkward rules as I think this one will give us a head start and set the pace for the episode.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, go ahead.
If you don't step out of your comfort zone and face your fears, the number of situations that make you uncomfortable will keep growing.
Oh, that is deep.
Oh, that is deep, because that reminds me so much of me in my drinking days. I was scared of one thing, and I was scared of another thing, and in the end I couldn't even leave the house.
Yeah,
it
snowballs.
Yeah, it does. It definitely snowballs. Let's start by finding exactly what a comfort zone is, Hamish. Take it away.
This is the research, isn't it?
Research. Pump it up. Pump it up.
This is the science that we love so much. The comfort zone is a psychological state in which a person feels at ease because they're not being tested. Inside the comfort zone, people don't typically engage in new experiences or take on any new challenges. They only participate in activities that are familiar, making them feel in control of their environment.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting. People stay in their comfort zones to avoid feelings of anxiety, stress or pain. Anything outside of the comfort zone creates uncertainty, and uncertainty makes us feel anxious. Naturally, human beings are wired to avoid these feelings. That makes them reluctant to leave the comfort zone.
So let's get this straight. If you stay in a comfort zone too long, it can make you complacent. If you don't perform activities that somewhat scare or challenge you, you miss out on growth opportunities.
Correct. We love a bit of growth on this podcast, don't we, Hamish? Actually, funnily enough, I had a growth in Thailand. I had to go and get a doctor.
Wow.
To have a look at it.
I don't think that's the kind of growth we're talking about. No.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't have a growth in Thailand.
Is that like the growth that I get when a doctor, like an attractive doctor, tests my balls for lumps?
Okay, that's a special sort of growth. Odd. Okay. I find...
What are we, 10 minutes in? First cock joke?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I find self-growth, which is what you're talking about, Hamish, more painful than a wart on my bottom. But that's just me, I guess. Nowadays, the idea of never being tested feels quite claustrophobic. But there was a time when stepping out of my comfort zone felt very frightening. And I only crossed this invisible psychological frontier when I was a drinker. Drinking allowed me to take risks that never normally ended well.
What we want to discover in sobriety are risks that benefit your life rather than risk them. So let's start by finding out some things that have scared us in our own lives. Vic, what have you always feared? It's quite a open... It's not the sort of question you ask on a date, is it?
No, what have you always feared?
Always feared?
Yeah.
Straight to the root of it.
I'd leave. I'd go to the toilet and climb out the window. I'd be like, oh, odd question.
Questions like this,
yeah.
you psychopath.
Yeah, spiders, dark alleyways, clowns, Mr. Blobby, all the usual things. Mm-hmm. I didn't like kissing boys when I was younger. Heights, deep water, sharks. They're all pretty normal things to be scared of, I guess. Sharks, I still would never... You would never get me going in a shark cage.
No.
Even now I say that, even though I'm going to tell you a process in a minute of how to get over your comfort zones and not stay in it. Sharks is the one that I would never, ever...
Well, I didn't even think I would get in the ocean in WA.
Yeah.
Because I think most of the shark attacks are in WA.
Yes.
And on one of our first few days there, we went to a whaling museum that talked about sharks and how they can attack in water as shallow as 1.5 metres deep. Yeah. So every time I got in the ocean, Liz was going, don't you dare go further than 1.5 metres.
I know. And also your brain jumps to that like worst case scenario in that situation. Australia, you just know that they're out there.
I know.
And I just imagine, I often do it when John's in the ocean. I often just imagine like, this is going to be the headline news tomorrow and I'm going to be sat on the beach and he's not going to swim back.
Yeah.
Oh, it does scare me.
It's so irrational.
God, it is irrational.
It's
so irrational. Apparently you've got more chance of being killed by a toaster than a shark. Yeah, in Australia. Yeah.
Okay. No,
although my
I'm
toaster, you'll be having cereal in the morning. When older, I was scared of public speaking. Actually, at school, I remember not being able to stand up in front of the class and read a poem or whatever. Yeah. I was always scared of that. I've always been scared of extreme sports. Bungee jumping or jumping out of a plane is something I don't think I would ever do.
I thought you were going to say extreme sports like tennis, ping pong.
yeah, they're extreme. They're extreme if you're putting the ping pong balls up your fanny. Yes, but I've always been scared of bungee jumping because I heard your eyeballs come out or something, but that might not be true. That's probably like a...
My brother passed out bungee jumping.
Oh,
so they did this one, it was in New Zealand, where you jump off and then you don't land on the floor, they pull you back up.
Yeah.
And you're meant to pull a string so that you pull yourself upways.
Okay.
And you get pulled up effectively sitting. But he passed out, so they dragged him up by his feet and he came to halfway up, opened his eyes, passed out again.
Oh, God. Yeah, they can't be fun if you're passing out every 2 seconds.
Eyeballs still in his head.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I can allay that fear for you.
Okay, good. You didn't have to pop them back in. My worst fear throughout my life, Hamish, has been the dentist. This is a big issue for me, which I still have. Drills, metal on teeth, I just absolutely have hated it. I had braces when I was younger and I didn't take care of myself properly. I didn't take care of my teeth when I was a drinker, and I've always had problems with my teeth. I didn't used to go to the dentist, which means the gaps in between going meant that my teeth would get worse, and every time I went there was always loads to be done. I've recently got my teeth sorted out. I had all this terrible gum stuff going on, which is now organised, but I hate it. It is a huge fear of mine.
Was there a bad experience?
I think it was just general bad experiences. Since then, funnily enough, you asked that. When I went to the dentist recently, the lady said I have particularly sensitive teeth. It is an issue. Like she says, never has she seen anyone cry like I cry. Like literally, if they're doing work in my mouth, there is tears dripping down into my ears.
Is that a really polite way of saying you're really soft?
Yeah.
She's like, children, don't cry like this.
Yeah.
Let's just say you've got sensitive teeth. Just tell her she's got sensitive teeth.
She did smack me round the face.
Just tell her she's got sensitive teeth and go
Put yourself together, woman. Actually, that's the sort of dentist I need. There's also other fears, like more ingrained fears rather than sort of momentary fears, which is something like worrying about me never having a job or never having a degree or never having the career that my parents wanted me to have and things like that. They're kind of more like general fears. Yeah. Fears of not finding the right partner or not being a good enough mum.
But you're still looking for the right partner.
Yeah, still looking for the right one, yeah. Actually, funnily enough, you say that. Somebody had posted yesterday on our local community group that there was a singles event happening in the local area and they needed men, and I just tagged John at the bottom. He was like, what's this? I thought, I just tagged you in something. And a couple of people who knew me had done a little question mark next to his name.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything all right, Vic?
Why has John got Tinder now as well?
Funny. There are loads of fears I've had in my life, but I feel like in sobriety I'm now mentally strong enough to face most of them and overcome most of them. Not all of them. But before we find out how you can do that, let's just find out about your fears, Hamish. What have you been scared of in your life? Never meeting Craig David in person, perhaps?
Okay, now, this is big news. You did not have your phone for a month, so I could not tell you a little bit of Craig David news.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I need some music. I'm going to add some music in here. Craig David news.
People can fast forward this if they have no interest in Craig David.
Fast forward now.
We'll just have lift music playing for this story. Okay, my birthday is at Christmas. My mother-in-law gave me Craig David's book, What's Your Vibe? Available in all good bookstores.
Yeah.
And I put a post on my Instagram that said, the perfect birthday present doesn't exist. Picture of me holding Craig David's book. Craig David comments on my post.
Shut up.
Yeah, he said, happy birthday.
It's not quite Foo Fighters, though, is it?
It's not, isn't it? Depends who you're preaching to.
To you.
Yeah, okay, great. Foo Fighters pianist. I've got Craig David himself.
Okay, yeah, he's a solo artist,
I then
fair enough.
Direct messaged him, big comment, big message, yeah, no answer.
Craig.
Great, thank you for my call. I should read that at some point.
Okay, yes, please do.
But yeah, big message, he didn't answer that.
He didn't answer your big message.
Nah, but that doesn't matter. He messaged me on my birthday.
That is pretty amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I can see you're very happy about that.
So, yes, it's not a fear that I'll never meet him because technically we're good friends now.
Yeah.
And I'll message him on his birthday, 5th of May.
That's so odd.
Well, we thought Sonny was going to be born on the same day. Sonny was
But
born.
you don't need to explain
His
yourself.
due date was 2nd of May, David Beckham. 5th of May is Craig, usually 3 days late. Anyway, I sidetrack. Other great fears. Oh, shit. Look, my next one is quite serious. It's difficult to get into it.
Okay, right.
Losing a parent to my brother.
Okay. I can't believe we're laughing at that.
Okay, yes, my great fear, losing a parent or my brother or my wife or child now. I think actually, interestingly, this fear of losing a parent, I think subliminally inspired me to do a whole podcast on grief. So yeah, one of the first podcast series I ever did was a whole one about grief and how we can help people out through grief. And I wonder if somewhere deep inside was the fact that my greatest fear is that at some point I will lose one of them.
But that's actually you stepping out of your comfort zone right there. Is probably having a feeling of something you're scared about and then going, right, actually, I don't want to be scared about this. So I need to maybe do a podcast about it so that I can learn a bit more about it so that I don't have this irrational fear. Because you know everyone's going to die. We know that. So it's kind of like, how do we deal with that and how can we prepare for it? Which is what you did probably a little bit.
It was me educating my friends on how to treat me when they go through this horrible situation.
Yeah, it's good.
I think that fear is particularly extreme now that I live on this side of the world. You're quite lucky in that your parents followed you here.
Yeah.
So you don't have, I think any Brit that lives abroad, anyone that lives away from their family knows, all have this fear of getting the phone call when come home now, mum or dad are sick or brother or whatever. So I think it's probably more extreme now than it's ever been. My career has always been a bit of a source of fear. I get stick from my friends for never really having had a sort of conventional career, which I think is quite dull. I've not had a conventional career, but I'm quite happy. I'm scared that I'll never be totally satisfied in my career. 12 months ago, if you'd said to me, you will be presenting on the radio at the ABC and you'll be a part of a podcast which is doing well, I would have bitten your hand off for it. And then you're in the situation and you're still like, oh, it could be more, it could be bigger, it could be better.
Yeah.
Which I always hear people talk about on things like podcasts and think, oh, you wanker.
Yeah, grass is greener attitude.
For me, I'm like, I don't feel I'm at the end bit yet. I'm not totally satisfied.
Maybe that's why you strive in your life, though, because maybe that'll just be on your deathbed. You'll go, right, I've done everything I needed to do. Yeah. Because otherwise you'll stop striving.
That's a nice positive way of looking at it. Yeah. But I guess in my head I'm convinced I will reach that place where I've not made it, but I'm satisfied with it. I'm convinced I will, but I guess the fear is I'll be on my deathbed and go, God, you never really got there,
I don't think you would ever.
So that is a bit of one. Heights and drowning, the big two for me.
Of course, yeah, heights and drowning are major.
Drowning was made worse by watching Titanic.
Oh, okay.
So I can remember we got a ferry soon after watching Titanic, which was one of those overnight ones to France.
Bad move.
And I can remember saying to my brother, do you want to sleep on the top bunk or on the bottom bunk? And he said, top bunk. And I said, great, I'll drown first then, shall I?
God, irrational child.
Yeah.
If you would like to support the Sober Awkward podcast, we're excited to announce that we've joined Patreon. Patreon is a membership platform which allows you to give back for the content you love.
By buying Sober Awkward a cuppa once a month, we can keep the giggles coming and continue sharing our sobriety message.
By joining Patreon, you get access to Sober Awkward merch, extra content, special promos and loads more. Just find the link in the show notes or head to patreon.com and search for Sober Awkward.
And together we can learn how to feel the awkward and do it anyway.
I just wanted to tell you quickly about my walk. I went on a walk yesterday, Hamish.
Okay, yeah.
It had to do with the comfort zone, so I thought I'd have a quick chat with you about it. Me and John went on this walk yesterday. It's one of the most beautiful walks in the world, I would say.
Yeah.
It's between a place called Sunshine Beach and Noosa here in Australia, and it's along the cliff edge. Along that cliff edge, Hamish, I think you are aware, there is a nudie beach.
There is.
Yes. We were quite hot, John and I, got down to nudie beach, took our gear
Yes.
off. We did a nudie swim in the day.
Good
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It was very out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
But we thought, fuck it, who cares? Like, it's just a human body, get over it. And John is very up for doing anything. We're quite similar like that. Like, and yeah, as you would be too. We were just like, well, who cares? Let's just go. There were a few people around, everyone naked, some people prouder than others. You could see
Sure.
by their stride. When they turned around, it was generally to do with the length of their schlong. Was their stance.
Or was it Prince Albert? Prince
yes,
Albert.
yeah.
And you get your...
You could tell the people that were walking confidently. Yeah, and we had a splash around. It was lovely being in the water. It was gorgeous when we got out, and we just really enjoyed it. And I think there's something to be said there about surrounding yourself with people who are happy to also step out of the comfort zone. I think if you surround yourself with people that have anxiety or are scared of doing things, that makes you scared of doing things. But straight away, me and John were like, should we do it? We were like, yep, let's get on with it.
Yes.
And we loved it, and we felt really good afterwards. I know, I felt a little bit paranoid for about 2 seconds, and then I was like, who cares? It's just a middle-aged woman's body. Like, it makes me feel like clothes are just pointless.
You didn't have anyone swim past and go, are you Vic from the podcast?
I thought I recognised you.
My kids go to the same school as yours.
But you can imagine what we're going to be like when we're 60. It would be like going on nudist holidays, naturist parks.
Never trust the person on a nudist beach who's got a snorkel. That would be my lesson. Yeah, don't trust them.
I was going to take a photo of John, but I thought that's probably not allowed on a nudist beach.
We, for like months in Sydney, only swam at nudist beaches. We went for a big stage. There's quite a lot in and around Sydney.
Okay.
So we drive to a different one every weekend.
But nudie? Did you go nudie?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
you did?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought you probably had done
I'm
it
okay
before.
with it. Liz, I don't think did. I don't think Liz, or maybe Liz left the bottoms on.
Okay,
it's slightly different for women, actually. I think often it's bottoms on for the girls.
Yes.
And the guys go all out.
It's
which
funny.
Is totally
well,
fine.
funny you
There's
say
no
that. It
rules.
was just single men on that beach.
Usually, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I didn't care. I was like, look at it. Look at it.
Look at it.
Look at it, all
Stop
of you.
looking away and look at it.
Look at me. Yeah, so that was cool. I quite enjoyed that. It was fun.
Good on you. So how do we get rid of these often irrational fears?
Well, I've delved deeper and I found out a little more about comfort zones. There are 4 stages you have to go through: the comfort zone, the fear zone, the learning zone, and the growth zone. Let's go through these quickly. The comfort zone. If you're starting at ground zero, this is the state you're in. It feels secure and you feel in control because you're familiar with this space and know what to expect. For example, eating the same breakfast every morning and denying any other food because it's not on your routine is a perfect example of staying within your comfort zone.
I like that we're comparing this to breakfasts.
Yes, I like a good breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast is probably my favourite meal of the day.
Cereal is my favourite food of all the foods, which
Cereal
I'm criticised for.
or muesli?
Oh, no, just cereal generally. If I'm going to choose any cereal in the world, I'm not going to choose muesli.
I choose
I'm going to
muesli.
choose Golden Nuggets.
Yeah, but hey, okay, we're going to talk to you about this on the sugar episode because this is serious.
Okay, the fear zone. This is the second stage that introduces fear and anxiety. Excuses, lack of self-confidence, and being persuaded to stay in the comfort zone are obstacles you may face when trying to leave the comfort zone. For example, maybe you learn that coconut milk would be a nutritious substitute for cow's milk for your breakfast, but you've never tried it before and that scares you.
Yeah, so I never used to have any sort of soy milk or anything like that, but I don't generally have normal milk now. But I didn't have it because I was scared of, like, changing milks.
Okay. I did drive past a business van yesterday that was advertising camel milk.
Yes, that is becoming a bit of a thing.
I think that scares me.
dog milk. Have you tried that?
No. I actually never tried human milk. I thought growing up that when Liz or my wife got pregnant, I would try breast milk. And I never did.
John tried it.
From the tit?
Not from the tit.
Directly from the... I don't know.
No, just from the bottle.
And thoughts?
It was very sweet.
But did he like it?
Well, he didn't start drinking it. He still has in his tea. I lactate every morning. The learning zone.
That's my new comfort zone. Next time Liz gets pregnant, I'll try breast milk.
Yeah, every morning. The learning zone is the cure to the fear zone. As the zone title suggests, this is where you learn about the new endeavour you're about to engage in and acquire the skills to overcome the challenge. Perhaps you learn about how oat milk or coconut milk is good for you. You watch YouTube videos, how it's made, and it makes you feel comfortable about adding it to your breakfast menu.
Yeah, that does make sense. The growth zone. Here is where you take what you've learned and try it out. The growth zone is where you learn to set new goals and live them out regardless of how well you do. The goal is to realise your strengths and use them to obtain new outcomes. Let's say you replace cow's milk with oat milk for your next breakfast. Whether you like it or not, you tried it and evolved your skills when picking and trying new food. Fear-faced, job done.
It's so simple that I'm really into this little process here, Hamish.
I like the idea of even if it doesn't work, it's an accomplishment.
It's a huge accomplishment, and you wouldn't have a fear about it anymore. Because you actually know. There's no reason to fear the known, if you know what I mean. If there's probably a saying somewhere in there, but I'm not quite...
That's not the saying, that's for sure.
Do not know known. I'm just thinking, Hamish. You can quote me on that. Let me just have a think here. Let's use this method with alcohol. For example, the comfort zone, you give up drinking and you decide it's nice to stay at home and eat chocolate pretzels forever, which I know everybody does in early sobriety. Then there's the fear zone. You're scared to socialise because you've never done it without a drink. You feel nervous and you talk yourself out of it, even though it's something you know you must conquer.
Should we approach a chocolate pretzel company to sponsor the podcast?
Yes.
If they go up when people get sober.
Yeah, that's
sales.
a good idea.
I know.
The learning zone is that you listen, for example, to the Sober Awkward episode, the Sober Shindig. You ask others about going out. You go on cuppa. You research sober socialising, get tips and tricks. Then the growth zone.
Is that a wart on your bum again?
Yes, that is the wart, and it's a type of personal growth, Hamish. My personal growth.
It's on your bum.
It is the wart. It's the bit where you're brave. You take what you learned and you try it out. You go out maybe for the first time for an hour, second time for 2 hours, and you slowly and surely step into the one thing that frightens you. You go through the process.
I love it. This method takes away the anxiety. It's a practical way of methodically and logically tiptoeing outside of your psychological barrier. I'll get a tattoo that says comfort, fear, learning and growth.
Oh, I quite like it, Hamish. I've written here that you shouldn't get that, but actually I think that's a good tattoo.
Yeah,
Live, life, laugh you could have as well.
Yeah, on my bum.
I'm going to have a wart tattooed on my bottom.
You could write live, life, laugh on your wart. It's big. It's big enough.
It's big enough, yeah. I do think I need to get some special ointment. I do agree, though. Having a set process is so much better than just thinking about the things that scare you and deciding straight away not to do them, isn't it? This 4-step structure actually makes anything possible.
So why should we seek to abandon the pretty relaxing space that is our comfort zone?
Good question. Now, you know how to do it. Let's find out why it's a good idea to push yourself into doing something that you don't want to do, especially when sober. I think, Hamish, in sobriety, you need to create replacement activities. We talk about those a lot. Fill the spaces in which you used to drink with something new, something that makes you happy. This will mean your sobriety lasts longer and you stop missing alcohol because there is so many interesting things to do. When you do something scary, it will give you huge satisfaction and a huge natural high. No booze needed.
Yeah, that's the big thing about sobriety. You've got loads of time to fill. Your sober life is waiting to happen. If you don't find out what that looks like by stepping beyond your normal barriers, you might slip back into bad habits. Remember, your real life is the sum total of all of your experiences, not just the ones you're comfortable with.
I do love that.
It's good, that, isn't
Yes, it is good. Challenging yourself pushes you to dip into and utilise your personal store of untapped knowledge and resources. You have no idea what you're made of until you venture outside of your own familiar world. I didn't know it was possible to absorb so much new information until I got sober. Now I love learning again.
Oh, you're a book snob.
I am.
Yeah, you're a nerd.
I read 5 books when I was away.
That is...
I did.
Round of applause.
Yeah, thank you. I'm waiting for some cheering.
Yeah, where's your trophy?
Well, because I put my phone down, I wasn't scrolling anymore. I read 5 books. Yeah,
that is a serious accomplishment with 3 kids as well.
Yeah, it was good. It was good because they go to sleep and you're all in the same room. So me and John just sat and read books.
It took me an hour and a half to write an email the other day because I was looking after Sunny.
Oh, yeah, an hour and a half to write an email with the kids.
On the other side of that.
Yeah, times 3.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's not easy to get stuff done, but yeah. Yes, round of applause for me.
Yes, 5 books, well done. They're all picture books, all children's books.
Yeah. Where is the green sheep? Bluey went to the creek.
When I lived at the bookshop in Paris,
whatever.
the rule was you have to read a book a day.
Yes.
So I was children's books every day.
Every
day. Taking risks, regardless of their outcome, are growth experiences. Even if you make mistakes or don't get it right the first time, those become experiences you can tap into in the future. There really is no such thing as fail if you get something out of the experience. And just so you know, fail, reframed, means first attempt in learning. I did not know that.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, first attempt in learning, everybody. You've got to remember that. That's FAIL for those of you that are struggling.
A little bit slow, yeah.
Don't settle for the mediocre just to avoid stepping out of your comfort zone. It's too big a price to pay. Your challenges and risk experiences are cumulative. Cumulative. Okay, yes, there we go. Every time you try something new and allow yourself to be open to whatever experience arises, you are learning and expanding your repertoire of life skills and self-knowledge. As you do this, you also expand the size of your comfort zone. So that's exactly what I did on holiday. And that's the feeling I felt while I was away. It was, I'm stepping out of the comfort zone. I'm in a different country with my kids. I don't know what's happening from 1 minute from the next. 1 minute we're on a motorbike. Next we're in the back of a truck. Then we're on a tuk-tuk. Then we're on this. Like all things that are potentially dangerous. No one's wearing helmets. Like everything's a potential hazard over there because there are no rules. There's not rules like you are here. You're not restricted. You can feel more free when you're inside a country like that. And there's something to be said for that. Just allowing yourself to go with the flow. I'm not saying like I was shoving the kids on the back of a motorbike and letting them go off and do their own thing. I was conscious of their behaviour, but I did allow myself to step out of the comfort zone and go, look, these people have ridden these bikes for years. They know what they're doing. And I allowed myself to relax a little bit about those things.
Was that a plan going into the holiday? Were you like, I'm going to let go a bit more?
I know that in Australia, like I feel quite restricted because everything's so, it's so clearly set out and everyone does this and you go your job and then you go to work and then you go home and have dinner. Even just not cooking dinner and going to a crazy market every night was stepping out of my comfort zone. But by the end of it, I just loved it. I loved the feeling of being able to make my own choices and being comfortable with them. It was good.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, there are so many other benefits. Challenging yourself can help you perform at your peak at work, for example, make relationships more interesting, especially in the sack, Hamish, eh? Improve communication skills and self-confidence. And even it helps you age better. Those happy endorphins that are created by stepping out of your comfort zone keep your ticker going longer, believe it or not.
Leaving your comfort zone ultimately helps you to deal with change and making change in a much better way. Sobriety and any form of life transition is all about change. Each time you transition, you move to another level. Inevitably, these life transitions transform you.
I know transformation does sound a bit of a cheesy word.
It's a little bit journey.
Hey, let's all transform.
The me at the beginning of my journey in comparison to the me at the end of my journey.
It's a total transformation.
But I must say, sobriety and stepping out of my comfort zone ever since I quit the grog has transformed me.
Nice.
Not to my body, unfortunately, but my mind. Instead of thinking I can't do that, I think I will give that a go. Remember that time I climbed the Harbour Bridge?
Yeah.
I'd read that book, hadn't I, something about stepping out of the comfort zone. And I stood on the bridge and I thought I can either shit myself the whole way and feel scared or I can decide just to enjoy this experience. And my mind just flipped and I enjoyed the whole thing. My mindset plus the 4 stages of the process helped me transform.
That was the last time I saw you in a hard hat, along with Christmas Day this year doing was it tree climb?
Zip lining.
Zip line, yeah.
I could put a hard hat on for you in a minute if you want.
Thanks a lot, yeah.
If that's your thing.
I guess that's my thing. That's what I've discovered.
Odd. Yeah.
What are some other things we've done that have propelled us out of this happy circle of familiarity? And how do we feel it has made our lives richer? You can go first.
Yeah, well, of course, giving up drinking is my main one, which it would be. That is the biggest thing I've ever done. That is the biggest fear I've ever faced. Being a drinker and being in that comfort zone, comfortably numb, was a very nice place to be, I thought, until it started to affect my mental health. And stepping out of that has been the best thing I ever do. And I face that fear daily by socialising, by being myself, by everything that I do in my life is to do with that now. Originally, I was scared going on other people's podcasts. I'm fine with that. The more I did it, the better it got.
Yeah.
Just practice makes perfect as well a lot in this topic.
Have you listened back to the first one that you did?
I haven't actually, but I know it was rubbish.
Really? Yeah.
Being confident at social events, that's taken some time. And public speaking, I did the work. You know, I went through the learning process with that. Dancing like no one's watching. Now, Hamish, this is something I've got to talk to you about today. I need you to keep the 3rd of May free.
Okay.
Do you know why?
No.
Do you know why?
It's going to be something to do with dancing.
I've got us on the guest list for the Fatboy Slim gig. I thought I'd save this information for the podcast.
Oh my God!
I've got us on the fucking guest list, mate.
What?
Blagged it. I've blagged it.
What?
I've got a mate, my mate Andy Mack. Hello, Andy. Who's a DJ in Brighton from, way back. Who's a huge supporter of our podcast, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah, he's one of our Patreon members.
Us and Fatboy Slim. Let's listen to things on Spotify.
Yeah, and I used to go to all the Fatboy Slim gigs in Brighton, which is where I met Andy, and Andy's still mates with him. And I emailed him and said, "Oh God, Andy, you coming over? Fatboy Slim's playing." He was like, "No, but I'll get you on the guest list." I was like, "Yes, thank you. That would be amazing."
God.
And Fatboy Slim is sober as well. Yeah, so that'd be interesting. Yeah, try and get him on. Yeah, we'll try.
You could do jingles for us.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, maybe we redo the music at the start, and the end, and it's Fatboy Slim.
I couldn't wait to tell you that. It's a while off, and maybe it'll fall through. You never know. They might not be able to get us on, but I just thought I'd save that information because I need you to save that date. It's the Wednesday before you go away.
Yeah,
so
that is a massive. Okay, I'm gonna get you something good too.
Okay, that is good news, isn't it?
Because you did say, "Hey, I was going to get you some shoes from Thailand."
Yeah.
But then we couldn't find the right size, so I got you a shit gift anyway.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, thank you. It was sold." You know how to deliver the gift, but you had this in your back pocket.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a shit gift, the other one?
No, it was a bit shit. A venereal disease was the other gift that I brought back with me.
Thank you.
So that comes into our dancing like no one's watching. We're going to do a whole sober dancing episode.
Yeah, we'll get some videos
back at the rave. Yeah, back at the rave at 45. Yeah. So that's exciting. Anyway, join clubs and classes. I would never have done pottery. I would never have done boxing. I do all those things, even though I never believed I could do them, and I do them now. I don't feel fear failure anymore, which is huge.
Massive.
I have this kind of try to do it attitude. I had a fear of being boring. Now I don't care what anyone thinks. That's huge. Being myself and owning it. That. I had a fear of myself. I think that's a common thing when you give up drinking, you don't know who you are anymore. And now I've found out who I am. It's taken a few years. I don't fear who I am. I'm confident with who I am. Pushing myself out of my comfort zone makes me very happy. It's as simple as that, Hamish. That is how I live my life now, is by pushing myself out of that zone. And when I feel it, if I feel like I don't want to do something, I do it.
I think that is the hidden gem about comfort zones, is actually the more you do it, I reckon you could almost get addicted to being out of your comfort zone.
Yes, for sure.
It will snowball, and because you'll get a buzz, you get a kick out of.
Yeah.
But I think you basically feel proud of yourself. I've had that when I'm doing something that I didn't think I would, and I sort of see myself from the outside and can feel proud of that person.
Yeah.
I lived a very normal life in the UK that I could have very comfortably stayed in. So I went to a certain school, and then the sort of career path was set from there. You're very well connected going to these fancy schools, and I could have got a corporate job in London and married someone from the same school, and then just sort of replayed my life. Had a child, and the child did what I did.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it sounds lovely, actually.
No, that's awful. You could have got a little pinky ring.
Yeah, so I had one. That was sort of the route that was set up for me in terms of my life, and that would have been my comfort zone, and I found it very boring. So I left. I went to the clown school in France that we've spoken about. I lived on a bookshelf at Shakespeare and Company, like we've just spoken about. I was working as an actor and a comedian instead of doing something corporate. And then I literally sort of on a whim moved to Australia. And then since being here, I fell in love with Australia my first day. I had to do farm work to get the visa. Everyone who has to do farm work to get a visa, there's a bit of a rule in Australia. If you do 90 days farming, you get another year on your visa. And everyone goes north in the winter because it's always like where we live now, it's always warm and you can stay warm and do a job. I went south in the winter to Tasmania where it's frickin' freezing, but that was like the best decision I ever made. And I lived by myself in this ship container and I loved it.
Did you work on a sheep farm?
The first farm was olives.
Yeah.
And then I went to Cootamundra. That was where there were sheep.
Oh, God.
That is a comfort zone. Good point, actually. So, yeah, olives are okay. If there are dead olives, I'm okay. There's thousands of other ones, and we can make olive oil out of the live ones. Sheep. It was lambing season. My first day, I had to cut testicles off sheep.
Right.
And then it was lambing season. So basically your job in the morning was to drive around these sort of by yourself on kind of like a go-kart. And if you see a sheep lying on its side, struggling to give birth, you hop out and you pull the lamb out of them.
Wow.
And it was only about 50-50 that the lamb would be alive. And even if you did pull it out alive, often the mother would die, because if they're on their side for too long, the blood's not moving to their legs and they're basically paralysed and they pass away.
Right.
And that was intense.
Gosh, that is a full-on job to have while you're travelling.
Every day, yeah.
Oh,
and
it's
it's
sad.
freezing and you're by yourself dealing with death.
Yeah, awful.
God, I grew up in London, there's no death.
Yeah.
Not of animals. So, yeah, good point. So farming in Tassie and Cootamundra was definitely outside of my comfort zone. Saying hello to everyone. That's something I sort of learnt from a friend of mine at drama school. Literally everyone he walks past will say hello to.
Yeah.
And it, to some people it's weird, but to others it opens a conversation, particularly if people feel like they want to have a conversation. Just that intro will encourage them to speak to you, and you have amazing social interactions through that.
Okay, this is bringing up something in me.
Grinning.
Well, it's just funny that you mention this, because on holiday we play this game when we're we never stayed anywhere posh. We just stayed in like bungalows, like shacks on the beach and stuff. But me and John play this game where we say hello to everybody.
Nice.
As they're approaching, it looks like they're never going to say it. People in resorts or anything, they don't say hello to you. And we just can't understand it. Why don't people say good morning? Oh my God, we are so alike.
Yeah.
And so as they approach, we know they're going to say, they're not going to say it. So we test the approach. And then just as they're passing, we go, good morning. So they're almost like in shock that we've said it, and then they have to say it. But why don't people say good morning? I don't understand it, Hamish. What is wrong with people?
It's odd, isn't it?
Yeah, so we play the game everywhere we go. We say hello to everyone. In fact, our kids were doing it by the end of it. So we're like this really annoying family walking around Thailand saying hello to everybody. We loved it though.
Yeah.
People are
on
so
my holidays
grumpy.
we play Uno, but you play hello.
Yeah.
Obviously giving up drinking, and the fact that I didn't necessarily have to do it, but that was sort of the ultimate challenge: is can you give up even if you don't have to? Yeah. What I've learned about comfort zones is I get such a buzz out of being the person doing someone different, and I think actually this probably comes down to ego. And I've always thought I don't have much of an ego, but I like the thought, and this might not even be going on, that my friends are somewhere talking about the weird crap that I've done.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
which is ego, really, but I like the idea that people are like, have you seen what he's freaking living in a ship container in Tasmania, whatever it is. I like that buzz. And I've talked about it with regards to drinking, out of dancing like a lunatic, and I overhear mates of mine go, he's not even drunk. He's not even drinking.
Yeah.
Like, look how weird that guy is. I quite like that feeling.
I do like that feeling too. I often get the comment on my Facebook page is like, this could only happen to you.
Yeah.
And these things only happen to me is because I'm putting myself out there. Things don't happen to you if you stay at home eating chocolate pretzels.
Yeah, I like that.
That's true, isn't it?
This could only happen to you is a nice feeling to get that.
Yeah. I'm like, it's happened to me because I'm in fucking Thailand in some mental place doing something weird and throwing myself off a building, whatever I'm doing. So things happen in those situations, don't they?
Yeah.
You meet the Foo Fighters.
Just keep playing frisbee on beaches, talking to strangers, asking them direction.
Just do that all day if you can.
To the wall climbing shop. What a niche in.
Spoiled bastards. Are there any fears that you'd still like to conquer, Hamish?
Yes, I would say I've always wanted to present live on TV.
Yeah, okay.
I've done live radio now, which is great, but live TV is like the mecca for me.
Yeah,
that's the absolute top. I want to have a second child.
Yeah.
So we've got one. We feel like we're in the trenches now. Well, you'll know better than me. We're like, let's have the second one soon, so we never get out of the trenches before we have to re-enter them.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's good. Get it done with.
I love the idea of continuously moving. I like to be 60 and have lived in like 20 countries.
Okay, yeah.
And I think that is a bad idea in my mind for the children's schooling, for career progression, for laying down some roots, for like feeling established in a community, like getting to a depth of friendship with your circle, maintaining relationships with friends and family back home. Like, there's lots of reasons to not do that, but I like the idea of it.
I think we will definitely move to Thailand in the next 2 years.
In our first phone call when you got back,
I
was still at the airport and you were raving about Thailand. I thought, we're going to lose her in a couple of years.
Well, I just think life's for living, and I think you've got to experience everything if you can. If you can, I'll give everything a go. I would love to take the kids there, learn Thai, go to a little school there. I think it'll be brilliant. I think it will definitely happen. In fact, I might pitch it as my third book a year and then get someone else to pay for it.
Your family will follow you like they did here.
Yeah.
I want to keep doing the
They'll
podcast.
follow me
I'm going to move to Thailand. We're all moving to Thailand, people. We need to increase our Thai audience.
Yes, we do. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe we learn basic Thai and do Sober Awkward in
ฉัน
Thai.
พูดไทยแล้วค่ะ
Which
เป็น
means?
อาจารย์ที่กรุงเทพ20 ปีแล้ว
Which means?
Which means I speak Thai already. I was a teacher there 20 years ago. And George was brilliant at Thai when we were there. He learned it. He picks up languages like me.
God, I hope there are people that speak Thai who are nodding along to
Kapun
that. She does have a good accent.
Naka.
What about you? Have you got any of these fears that you still want to conquer you haven't done yet?
Stand-up comedy I'd always love to do.
Yeah.
Thai boxing camp, would love to go and do 3 months and learn it properly.
Yeah.
Climb a mountain, not Everest, I'm not that stupid.
We've got Mount Coolum here.
Yeah, Mount Coolum.
Yeah.
I'd like posh resorts en route that I can sleep in.
Yeah.
Get the Trans-Siberian, posh resorts on the way.
Not hook up with the Trans-Siberian.
No. Go to India, posh resorts on the way.
Okay, yeah.
Perhaps
so it's not totally out of your comfort zone. Go to really posh parts of really struggling countries. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Learn to carve wood. I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, I just have a thing for carving wood, would like to do that. Weird things, but there are things I will do.
Okay, that's good. We'll finish with a quote. Tony Robbins, all growth starts at the end of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Nice,
yes. We love Tony Robbins. Well, even if it is a bit culty, probably.
Yeah, he can come on the podcast anytime he likes.
Yeah, you're not culty, really.
No, we think you're funny. And if you want to sponsor us, you've got plenty of cash.
Yeah, if you want to give us some money, that's fine. Save us being in here with these mattresses in the boiling heat.
I'm boiling.
So am I.
End of page 1. I thought, I'm too hot, but we can't turn this fan on.
We better go and have a glass of water. Before we leave this podcast, seeing as Alan is around, I'm just going to quickly ask him if he's ever stepped out of his comfort zone. Alan, what have you done?
I got married, had kids.
Got married, yeah. That is out of the comfort zone.
If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
They have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
Hi there. I wanted to tell you about a podcast that I think every single one of you will benefit from. It's called Therapy Works, and it's hosted by me, Julia Samuel. I'm a best-selling author and psychotherapist. I invite you into my therapy room where I speak to either a known or unknown guest. Topics range from the difficulties of divorce, a life-changing illness, to the struggles of motherhood. Search Therapy Works now, wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to make sure you never miss an episode.
Vic, so do you fancy coming on a sober holiday?
Don't worry, we're not talking about some corporate wellness retreat with cucumber water and enforced eye contact.
No, this is a Sober Awkward retreat. 8 days of sun, sweat, laughter, and absolutely no hangovers.
Yep, it's all happening in Thailand next October. Picture this: yoga at sunrise, writing workshops, ice baths, Thai boxing, and lots of awkward sober dancing under the stars.
It's a proper holiday with proper weirdos, our kind of people.
Yeah. You'll meet legends who've also given the booze a boot and want to have fun without feeling like a social reject.
Come solo or grab a mate. Bring your awkward, bring your sun cream. No pressure, no judgment, just a big, warm, sober hug in paradise.
All the info is at soberawkward.com/retreats. Come and get sweaty with us, emotionally and physically, in our all-inclusive jungle resort. You'll start out as 15 strangers and leave with 15 new sober mates.
I'm not sure I want 15 new sober mates, actually, particularly sober ones.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're not invited then.
LASIK is a great option, but it's not the only option for those seeking freedom from glasses and contacts. ICL is often the best option for those with high eyeglass prescriptions who aren't candidate for LASIK or who prefer an additive and reversible method to improve their vision. Hi, I'm Dr. Schumer from Revision LASIK and Cataract Surgery. Let's talk about ICL and the benefits this procedure can bring to your life.
Visit revisioneyes.com.
Call is from a correctional facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
In 2022, I started talking to the men and women inside America's toughest prisons.
I got life and 104.
Hearing stories of guilt, innocence, and everything in between.
He said, "You're the youngest kid in my prison ever been in one of my prisons." He said, "I want you to fight."
From death row cells to wrongful convictions, these are the voices you've never heard.
What was your first thing that you were planning on doing?
Escaping. That was the first plan.
1 minute remaining, stories from the inmates, wherever you get your podcast from.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh, yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Yeah, buy another one.
Yeah.